what I heard.
Shut up. Shut up.
Flexecution, I believe, was the lowest seeded player to make it into top 64, top 124, I think.
Hey, I was the lowest
so.
seeded player to make it onto my pool.
So literally, we see an underrated player in our midst right now. Rob Younglink,
definitely
not hard.
favorable. Yeah, definitely not favorable for Rob. Definitely one of the matchups that most Robs are like, yeah, this matchup is kind of annoying. Because, you know, like, Younglink has great frame data, something that Rob has, and Younglink has great projectiles, something that Rob also has, but Younglink just controls better space with his projectiles. But great forward air, drag down into the down tilt, into another forward air. But here we go, we have a ledge trap situation, and you got the gyro on deck. There's really no way you should let up the ledge right here, but here we go, gonna be able to get that.
This is one of the few matchups I feel like Rob players struggle with. This is a matchup where I hear a lot of Rob players complain about because you have a small character, really good frame data, great linear projectiles that can pop Rob up because of how big Rob is. Younglink literally has confirms out of his projectiles as well, so it's up for Flexecution to really capitalize on his advantage, but make sure he's playing his disadvantage super well as well.
All right, but like you said, you know, like it might be difficult, but Younglink a very light character, so that max range up smash definitely going to scoop from behind and in front and close out that stock from Flexecution. Great recognition right there, realizing that the short hop boomerang is very safe on shield. -7 is space well. Here we go, going to get, oh, you're wildin'. Oh, but not going to be able to close out that stock, unfortunately, for PawnMaster, but here we go, getting a lot of extra credit is Flexecution, and here we go, let's see what he could get off of the rest of this stock. Yeah, still got that Transcendent laser on deck. No longer gonna have it on deck, but still that laser does like mad percent. But the forward throw not recently buffed, but buffed along the course of the game's lifetime. Gonna be a kill throw for Younglink.
One thing I like that Flexecution is doing, whether intentionally or not, is keeping the gyro in front of him. The gyro does have an active hitbox, meaning it can clank and clash with a lot of Toonlink's projectiles, such as Arrow and Boomerang. So it almost gives Rob a little bit more room to start his approach game after he's thrown it out.
Yeah. That was a great little string right there coming from PawnMaster. Great mash out of disadvantage too. Going to be able to get a little bit of percentage, and you are bringing back this percent lead. That's Flexecution have very, very commanded.
Great get up attack by PawnMaster right there. If that gyro was out, I think even a second later, I think that would have clashed with it afterwards and sent PawnMaster into Flexecution's loving arms. So definitely really, really good quick thinking by PawnMaster right there. Oh my god.
You could definitely, I'm pretty sure you could punish that with the up smash out of shield. Pretty sure. I might be wrong. I don't want to provide wrong information, but it doesn't look space, and then I don't know. But here we go. We got Flexecution at the ledge. PawnMaster doing a great job of keeping this advantage state going and bringing back this game that was very well in the favor of Flexecution for most of the time. With the forward, the neutral area, yep.
Extra damage on the way out as well. I feel like one thing we haven't seen Flexecution do too much, which I'd like to see more of, is laser.
Yeah,
like you
I was
said
thinking
before,
that too.
Laser's transcendent. It's relatively quick. It's linear. It's fast. PawnMaster has not been jumping when deploying these aerials from like a mid to long range. So that's the time to use it because you can catch Younglink in that real back animation where he's gearing up that boomerang.
Up throw.
Up throw should kill.
Yeah, definitely. I thought he was going to hit the platform, so it definitely would have secured the kill, but didn't even need the platform for that one.
Yeah.
But here we go.
160, that's a light boy right there.
Oh, it definitely had an opportunity for a tomahawk grab right there for Flexecution. Unfortunately for him, not going to.
And you know, we were saying it was looking good for Flexecution before, but just all this chip damage PawnMaster has been doing with these projectiles, really helping PawnMaster out with just getting Rob closer and closer to a favorable point for Younglink to get his win condition.
Great parry right there, but immaculate spacing coming from Flexecution, and we are seeing Flexecution almost ease his way back into this. And we just have a projectile barrage coming in from PawnMaster. Definitely doing a great job of just setting up the wall, but the forward air off the boomerang is definitely going to close that stock out. Great stuff to PawnMaster, closing out that game number 1, even though it definitely looked way out of the realm of possibility after that first stop.
And it's just mighty difficult for Flexecution. I mean, there were good, favorable advantage situations in the early stocks that Flexecution was definitely getting off in some unfavorable situations. But just the chip damage, just that raw damage output that Younglink has at his. My boy has got the whole arsenal.
Yo, and he can
He's
beat
a one-man fortress.
He can beat your ass.
And he's got boxing tools and good frame data. So Flexecution definitely has to watch out. I think more lasers, more gyro, and just really capitalizing on the places. You know, there are little cracks in Younglink's armor. There are points where he's absolutely helpless to deal with the pressure Rob has, and Rob's really good boxing tools as well. So it's just a matter of Flexecution really setting up that situation and getting through the first hurdle, which seems to be this boomerang.
Yeah, something that I've really noticed too that PawnMaster has definitely done a very good job of is counteracting gyro with his own hitbox because Nair is such a big move, man. It's like not as big as regular Link's Nair, but Young Link Nair is huge.
You want to talk about big moves?
Well, I'm talking about a big move right now. So that soft hit neutral air is definitely going to confirm into the F smash right there. With that soft hit Nair, and most of these projectiles are just going to counteract Rob's projectiles. So right now we have big situation right here for Flexecution. Gonna set up a juggle situation, but great fastball and air dodge from PawnMaster. We have
this is
down there!
huge.
Oh! Yo, something's going crazy on the other stream. Oh, but unfortunately for PawnMaster, not gonna be able to get the drag down forward and into the up smash. Here we go. Roto Arms gonna be able to set up an ledge traps edge guard situation, and that down there gonna be able to close it out.
That is where Flexecution is going to be finding most of his favorable situations, at a point where he forces Young Link to use his up B. That up B, not that great. Rob down there, super disjointed. It's just, again, all about Flexecution setting up into that. I love how hard he's been holding onto this stock and has been opting to play a little bit more of a zone-heavy game with these gyros. Still, I believe that's going to be a stock right there. Still pretty even right now.
Yeah,
Flexecution doing a pretty good job.
And especially in a matchup like this, you know, a matchup that like most of your characters like most of your characters' player base is like, yo, this matchup is really ass. And the fact that you're keeping up with this, and even last game, like we saw that like Flexecution was doing a great job of just keeping in it, and then you know that chip damage, like you said, is gonna be a very big part. But here we go, big damage right there coming off of that confirm.
At the heart of it all, Rob as a character has still one of the most solid, consistent advantage states of any character in Smash Ultimate. If he has a gyro in hand, you can literally 0 to death your opponent. Arm rotor's super threatening. His aerials are massive as well. That's why the whole meme about Zamba's bear came to fruition as well, because that bear is huge. You've also got that down there.
Safe, auto spaces.
So
crazy move.
PawnMaster just has to keep playing this game and whittling down Flexecution, or start finding things. I feel like Flexecution has been a lot more shield heavy at this point. PawnMaster really hasn't attempted a grab in quite a long time right here, and I think it's starting to lose him a little bit more ground than he might need, but still holding
nice down smash right there. Definitely going to be a very quick option, going to be very good to mash out of disadvantage, especially out of shield, especially when Young Link is pressing a lot of buttons on your shield, but here we go.
Oh no, that was a stock,
yeah,
but
that
he didn't
definitely
capitalize.
Was a stock.
I think he thought it would have missed. I think he thought that Flexecution would have shielded it, and that's why that spot dodge came out. Oh my.
Yeah, I think you're at the right percent too. Just about with all this max rage, that up throw is going to start killing if you are Flexecution. So definitely look out for that, guys. With that nair from the ledge, definitely going to be a very quick option, a very good option for PawnMaster. Here we go.
Ooh, tried to finish it all. Forward throw definitely would have killed there, but so would nair. That's the thing. After a while, a lot of Young Link's moves become very passive win conditions for him, and it's a matter of connecting that one stray hit. Still though, even Stevens' Flexecution really keeping it tight. Seriously, he is using laser and gyro way better than he was prior to the beginning of this set as well, and he's also doing a lot of work in really just dismantling all these zoning tools. Like, you're seeing so many more boomerangs coming out from PawnMaster, but all of them are getting shielded.
Getting a little hasty right there. Gonna get confirm the nair, the Z drop nair. Gonna go for the Z drop catch into the side B, but unfortunately for Flexecution, not going to be able to get the Z-drop catch into the hit.
Oh my.
But here we go. You got PawnMaster with the gyro on deck, and now it is in his hands, so now it's in his favor. Here we go. No tech in from the corner, but here we go. You have the ledge trap situation as Rob, and you know how big of a situation that is, but the landing dare going to be yield a lot of result for PawnMaster. Here we go. We got the down tilt train. Let's go. Mash.
Ooh, this could be it.
Oh, good directional air dodge right there from PawnMaster. Great mash, too. But here we go. Let's see what Flexecution has on deck to be able to close out this stock and try to convert this into a Game 3 situation.
Oh, he had it. That was it. Just jab F smash. That was all you needed to do. Oh, this should be free right here for him.
Oh
no,
my
he drops it.
He's gonna drop that too.
Gives PawnMaster one last lease on life. Flexecution was doing such a good job of keeping him in disadvantage. That should be an up throw kill right there. And I believe we'll be going into a Game 3 right there.
You believe
really good composure.
Game 3.
Really good composure by Flexecution right there. Definitely flexing a little bit.
Big flex. Big flex.
I feel like PawnMaster, you know, you can't miss your text, first of all. I feel like Flexecution had a lot of opportunities on his plate right there. You know,
Side B right there
force
would've been
that
crazy
right
too.
there. Yeah, these are all very, very pickable kills. But Flexecution, you know, if you keep putting yourself in a favorable position enough, you'll get the W because PawnMaster really couldn't come back. Why? True, why?
Why?
All right, we're going dark young Link mode now. As we're carrying, I think PS2 a fine stage to really take us into for this game 3 right here. I think PawnMaster needs to start changing up the game plan a little bit. I feel like, you know, Young Link's disadvantage isn't the greatest, but I feel like PawnMaster could be managing it in a little bit better of a way. You know, mix up with low and mid recoveries, use your tether if you can, if Gyro isn't really murking you. And also just find a way to get consistent damage because Flexecution has either been countering with his own projectiles or shielding all of these boomerangs and getting trades off of it. And if you're trading with Young Link, that's pretty beneficial.
That's very beneficial, especially a character that's as heavy as Rob and a character as light as Young Link. Ooh! Oh! Give me that!
What coverage!
Give me that one, baby! Ooh. Gonna be able to get the up smash right there from the jump from the ledge. That hook box is huge, very generous. Gonna come into spot for Flexecution. Production, the score is 1-1.
Oh my god. And again, 83, not too bad to be at if you're Rob. Because Rob, pretty big, pretty heavy. Young Link really won't be able to get a kill unless he nails one of his projectiles right there or gets a straight nair off. So I think this is Flexecution's time to just keep applying that chip damage.
This is great string right here. This is definitely going to be a very big situation for PawnMaster. Going to be able to get a big ledge trap, yielding a lot of percent too. So not completely out of the realm of possibility for a comeback. But here we go. Flexecution doing a great job of stacking up this percent. Here we go. Let's see what he could do with the gyro. Almost trying to try to set up PawnMaster between the motorboat. But here we go. Let's see what you could do to get this stock closed out. Going to be able to get the nair. Set up a juggle situation. No jump. Ooh, you might be dead here, buddy.
I think PawnMaster in a lot of these situations, like that whole situation started because he kept shooting arrows. I feel like one thing PawnMaster has to be aware of is how is he safe when he's shooting his arrows. Gyro shoots an arc, which can travel over the arrow and either give Flexecution a trade or just give him the benefit of the doubt overall. So I feel like PawnMaster definitely has to wait a beat or two before throwing a boomerang, before throwing an arrow, because those are quick projectiles. You can definitely afford to take your time. And ultimately, projectiles, especially the pressure that PawnMaster's going for right now, those are for stuffing out approaches.
Yeah, for sure.
Which Flexecution isn't going for as much, and you can see that in the percent deficit right now.
Yeah, and something that PawnMaster does, like, this is from watching him a lot, playing him a lot, and then just, like, watching how the set has been progressing. You know, you're at a deficit. You gotta get in there.
He's
you
on one speed right now. Yeah, I agree.
Like, even though, like, yeah, I understand your Young Link, your zoning is one of the best, if not the best in the game. Like, you gotta get in there. Like, you're shooting these fire arrows, but the time is ticking down against your favor. And like Rob is that character. Like, yo, like, give me that time, yo. I can camp you out too, bro. Like, I have laser and I have gyro to camp you out. Like, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'll eat this damage because you still got to work really hard to close me out. But there you go. That forward air is definitely going to close it out. And PawnMaster doing a very good job of bringing back this stock.
Yeah, enough pressure right there. Still, though, Flexecution one down tilt away from potentially getting this stock off of a tech chase right here. Still, though,
but this PawnMaster
on the comeback. Oh, the big roll. Oh, my gosh.
Oh!
Flexecution with the pop-up. And again, I feel like that all happened because PawnMaster was stuck in one speed. My boy was mashing that B button for dear life. Like that B button was about to fly off.
Boy said,
the B button, he was mashing it like it was about to sprout wings and fly off the controller. You need to reel it back. You need to mix up when you're going to shoot it. You know, as a zoner, you never want to get complacent with your pattern. You know, every zoner player at a lower level has a pattern in which they throw their projectiles. Flexecution caught onto that and started trading with gyros and stuff. That perfect instance on that last stock where you saw PawnMaster hit him with like 4 or 5 arrows and a boomerang, and Flexecution shielded all of it. That is your time to stop pressing those buttons.
Or just tomahawk grab, you know?
Wait. Try to see if you can catch your opponent in their initial dash if Rob tries to sprint at you. Rob is huge. You just have to wait for him to start swinging